Is this thing working? I think it's gonna be an SM7B today. Can you guys hear me in the chat? How's it going? Hold on. Is it working? I don't have my coffee. Hold on. We're gonna get there. How's it going, everybody? How you guys doing? Yes, hi Andy. Hi, how you doing? Well, today, as you guys saw, I got a new intro for the show. I just finished that probably a minute ago. Oh, man. Okay, what do you think of the new intro? I just finished it. Oh, man. Just rush that out. Just so you guys can enjoy some better quality content here. How's the image looking? Do my camera work? I didn't check anything. Like, I render the intro, push that out, and call it like on. I think I will need to fix that camera because it looks like way too bright or not really good. So because I started this stream all over the place, you guys in post will probably skip that anyway. Let me fix that quickly, guys, so I can have something decent to watch. It will take like a few seconds. A little better, isn't it? What do you think? A little darker, but man, my skin tone don't look like garbage. Oh, okay. Can I get my screen going? Can I see the chat? Yes, I can see the chat. I can see Handy. I can see Rolf in the chat. I can see Mautor. I never know how to pronounce your name, dude. Mautor. Gonna go with that one. Let me fix my gain because I'm not set up for SM7B usually here, so I'm gonna crank up that gain. It's gonna get louder. Hey, it's gonna get louder. It's gonna get loud in here. There we go. Is it too loud? Probably just fine, right? How's it going? How was your week? I'm tired. My sleep schedule is all over the place because of yesterday's show. I was doing a cheerleading competition here, not too far from my place, on a Sunday morning, waking up at 5 o'clock. Let's just say that I went to bed more often than I wake up at 5 o'clock in my life on a Sunday morning. So, man, it was rough. So, went back home, did it probably like a 12-hour shift, went back home, went to bed, woke up at 3 in the morning, couldn't sleep. I went online, watched for camera. I want to change that camera. If anybody here is really good with camera, do I buy a FX30 from Sony? A lot of people say yes, a lot of people say no. Not really leaving anybody indifferent here. So, hey, Neve, welcome back. Welcome to the show. Well, welcome back because it's not your first time, but welcome to a live stream this time. Really happy to have you around. Let me check with Rolf, because I need to read his comment. He's got a really long comment. Well, yeah, like 2 phrases, and that needs some concentration from my to read that. It says, "Hi Guillaume, I'm doing fine, and you? Doesn't matter for you if we skip the advertising at the beginning of the video, or is it better if you watch it completely? It doesn't change anything. Let's be honest here. Advertising for live stream, I turned them on because I just feel like monitoring the channel overall is a good idea. I don't make a lot of money here. I'll be honest to say, during live stream, I probably make $1 with advertisement from a live stream. So if I get a penny more or a cent more if you watch this ad, it's not gonna do much, like, overall. I do it because $1 here, a few penny here and there. It's gonna at some point add up. But no, don't bother watching those ads. I don't even know what kind of. Actually, tell me, what kind of ads do they roll before me? I just don't know if YouTube know what we're doing here. This is a niche market for video streaming. Let's be honest. Nobody know really what we're doing. It's console. It's live. It's, I don't know. YouTube probably send you like Sweetwater ads, right? Karsten from Germany. Hey. They're all localized ad, probably. Yes, actually, I went one time to, well, actually, not that far ago, not that long ago. I was in the States. I was in LA, and I had some local ads from LA, or American ads, I should say. A couple of years ago, back in 2020, I went to Mexico, and it was Spanish ad on my YouTube feed and Facebook. So they're probably localized. Yes, it probably has nothing to do. But strangely enough, I get Sweetwater ads. Don't ask me why. I get Sweetwater ads just for the funsies. Yeah, really tired today. My head, I'm all over the place. I don't know. Do you guys hear a difference in sound? Probably not, because I'm using the 7B. But I left the door open of the room. It's gonna be one of those streams. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna be all over the place. Yeah, Canadian ad would not do good, and I don't remember exactly where you are, Rolf. What you told me, I remember you told me you're in Europe. You're in. Oh man, I want to say it. I just don't remember. Damn. Let me know. Let me know in the chat, please, Rolf. I remember you telling me, but I just forgot. I knew that country. Belgium. There we go. Belgium. So yeah, probably Canadian ads. Canadian Tire ads. The most Canadian store overall is Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is a general store that has more car mechanic oriented stuff. You can basically buy a car and parts there, and you can also like buy kitchen appliances. It's a general store, but with a really big mechanical, like car, sportsing, fishing departments. But you can buy food there. You can buy coffee machine. You can buy a lot of things, but yeah, Canadian Tire ads will not do good in Belgium, because I don't think you have Canadian Tire. Or I wish you would. A lot of cool stuff at the Canadian Tire. Carson, finding out last week that version of X32 Edit don't recognize the wing. It's shown green LED, but without the name wing. Really? When you have a wing connected to your... What firmware are you on? Because I believe that should have been fixed like a long time ago. Yeah, it should be recognized. I don't see why, but at least it showed a blank device. And you can probably still use it, because other than the icon not showing up in the console, it's probably gonna work, right? No issue at all with that. Let me know. Am I sending out too much signal? I feel like I'm sending out a lot of like energy to my stream. Just gotta turn that down. Hi all. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Good to have you around, man. Guys, let me know. Am I too? Is my vocal like clipping too loud or stuff like that? Because definitely not too loud on the gain. Maybe a little bit hard on the compression. Like I'm all the way up to 10. I can probably slow that down. Hey, 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 hey. Oh no, I need to push it, right? Because if I'm not directly speaking in the mic, it's compressing or not compressing. But if I do, there we go. It's compressing a lot. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Turn that down just a little bit. Hey, you guys, let me know. You are the judge of what's happening on that show, pretty much. Neve is shocked at how I'm using the control surface as a surface. What do you mean? You don't like my beautiful copy mug that I got on vacation 2 years ago? And my beautiful... Oh, hold on. Let me do it like those streamers are doing it, right? I need to have the 7B, something like this, so you can see the mic and not use the mic like really the way it should be used, but more as the mic. You display your 7B. This is why you pay $350 or 500 Canadian bucks for a mic like that, right? It's to display it. It's not really to use it, because let's be honest, if you're using a 7B, you could be using a 58. I think I should do a video about that. Well, it's been done already. But let me know, guys. I don't know if I ask you guys during the live stream or if I ask friend at work, what do you think of the 7B? Do you think, because nowadays, hold on. I need coffee to get ready for this. And I need to turn down. It's really annoying, the amount of music that I have in my ear. I think it's too loud. Is the background music too loud for you guys? Please let me know. No, it's the other way around. I need to tweak my stuff here so I can have my source a little louder. My source being my microphone. I'm gonna turn that up by 6 dB. Turning my headphone down. Feeling better. Let me know if the music is too loud, because I can turn that down probably. Okay. I don't want to call this a hot take, but I want your opinion. Looking at local ads now, I see a lot of SM7B going for really cheap or decent price, because a lot of people bought them to start a podcast during the pandemic, and they never used it, or use it once. Like, they tried to do a podcast, they do an episode, 4 people watch, and they basically never used that thing again. So the market is about to get flooded by SM7B, or slowly getting flooded by SM7B on the cheap. I'm probably gonna buy some more. I really like this one. I tried that in a bass drum. Man, it sounds good. Can't wait to try that on guitar eventually. Can't wait to try that on other stuff. And I usually have to like to have stuff in pair, especially for guitar. If it's a mic that can go on a guitar, I like to have a pair of it, because I can have 2 guitar using a blend of microphone. I'd be curious to use this with my M160 on guitar. Get some really fat and high-end energy from the 7B, and get some really nasty mid-range from... I mean, nasty in the sense of good mid-range from the 160. 160 is still my favorite guitar mic ever. But yeah, thinking about it, or miking up a bass guitar, maybe 2 mic on a cab. I don't know. But the thing is, there's a lot of 7B on the market right now. I think I'm going to do a video where I say, is the SM7B a good value? Where I'm going to discuss if the 7B worth to buy. Because let's be honest, a 58 can do the same job. I could have a 58 right there, and it would sound decently good. Not really EQ'd that much, or... hold on. Let me use all the low-end information that I can have on this microphone. There we go. There you go for your FM tone. Uh, SM7B is kind of similar to a 57 and a 58 in the sense of it's a dynamic microphone. I believe. Let me pull the pop filter out. It's a dynamic capsule. Inside of a metal grill. There's about 3 to 4 inches of space here in front of the capsule, so it forces you to be far away from the capsule. Even if you get close, you cannot get too close, like on a 58 or something. It's not as close, but it's a dynamic mic. The capsule inside look a lot like a Beta 52 capsule, so I'm gonna guess it's the same housing as a Beta 52 capsule, but a different membrane on top of it. Really, really close, or it's probably really the same base as a SM58 or SM57, because those are really the same capsule in a different enclosure. I'm gonna guess this is probably half of that with a different membrane, so it gets, I don't know, more sensible membrane, or probably not, because the 7B need more gas, so I don't know. There's some trickery going on there from sure, but really similar in a sense of it's a dynamic mic made by the same company using probably a component that you use in another mic. Let's be honest, a lot of mic company use same capsule in different enclosure and sold you those mic under a different name. I know the Beyerdynamic guys are doing that with what used to be the Opus series. Now it's called the TD 57 and 58. Nothing to do with Shure SM58 or 57. It's my drum clip. You guys saw my microphone drum clip that I'm using all the time. Those are the Beyer stuff. It's the same capsule in all those microphone in the small pen condenser that they sell, the TGI 51, I believe. And I believe in the D71C is the same capsule. The only thing that changes the enclosure and how that capsule is responding to its environment, in the sense of the distance behind the capsule and the distance around or the surrounding of the capsule will affect the pickup pattern of a microphone capsule. I try to say the word capsule not 20 times, but here we go, Rob. Here we go again. Basically, it's the same capsule inside those microphones. I don't know about the 50, all the Shure stuff, but I know about the Beyer stuff because I asked one of the rep. It's the same capsule in a different enclosure that changed the tone and also changed the purpose for you to use it. Let's say my drum clip. I keep doing this because I like to clamp these down on stuff. So my drum clip, you probably never going to use that on a guitar because you simply cannot mount it to a guitar cab, or maybe you could, but it's not designed for that. Or you cannot mount that on a hi-hat because you would need to hang on a stand and move that around. It will not be practical. So the same capsule in a tom microphone or a snare microphone, call it however you want, or a floor tom microphone, in a small pencil condenser mic will give you different result, and you will have different use for them, but it's basically the same thing. This is why I believe it's been a while since I've seen Dawns of Dream 97. It's been a while. How you doing? Good to have you back. Basically, yeah, it's really close. SM57 and 7B or SM7 are really close to, I would say, a Beta 52 bass drum microphone. I tried this 2 weeks ago in a kick drum and it was sounding awesome. Can I use this over a Beta 52? I think, okay, this is maybe something, an interesting idea that I could try this instead of a 52 inside the kick. I actually have a show where I could bring that in and probably do some recording of that. Yeah, maybe I can do this. We'll see. I'm gonna ask my friend who's the drummer of that band and see if he's interested in doing this. Let's talk about Wing. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me grab the chat first and I will get back to you. Finding out last week of the version, I read that. X32 rack with actual firmware of the X32 Edit 4.3 will work just right. Just the name is missing. The X32 rack on display is show it. Okay, well, it's still working. Yes, of course, it will be better if you have the icon or the name showed, but don't bother with that. Just use the damn thing. Okay, try to go on. Okay, let's talk about Wing and low output level. I'm gonna read Rob's comment and say, what do you mean low level? A few people I've spoken to recently have mentioned this to me. I had one situation recently. I had a similar situation. What are you talking about? Low level from the console. Like, console look like it's clipping and it's screaming loud. There's something wrong there, my friend. Because, let's be honest. Right now, I'm not using the analog. I'm using the digital stuff. But I'm pretty much sending out at 0 dB VU into my software with ease. I do not, maybe I'm wrong, but I do not think it's a weak sound at all. Like, if there's something, it's too loud. I can crank it if you guys want to. There you go. You want something loud? I'm gonna use my beautiful precision limiter here, and I can send something really loud. I mean, do we really want that? Do we really want to? Oh, sorry, I can push a little 0.75 dB even more if I want to. Okay, let me turn that down. I think it's a little too loud. Let's bring back to 4.5 of gain. Hey. A little more. Hey. Let's go with this. Okay. Seriously. I'm going to come back to you, Rolf. Don't worry. Very low output from the main. I never had this issue with my Wing personally and DL251. Maybe the Wing hasn't controlled the head correctly. What are you talking about here? Are we talking about output or input? Because if you were, well, it's not. Hold on. Hey, Helen. What's that icon? Let's talk about one thing. Gain structure. Right now, I have a really bad example of a microphone that is, oh no, I'm doing fine. I'm taking my 7B in, I'm sending that out, or as I set my level, so I get around a minus 18 dB at my preamp. If I put my fader to 0 nominal here, and I put my main out at 0 nominal here where you can't see me, hi, in the corner down here, I'm gonna get exactly the same level at the output, VU meter wise. After that, we have to consider a couple things, and it's a lost art that I discussed many times with some old soundman friend of mine that used to deal with analog console like the Midas one that had weaker output back in the day, or the Soundcraft stuff. I don't remember. They were setting out different. They were basing their dBVU on different scale and output voltage at different And console had different output voltage. Let me say it this way. This is one on old amplifier. You will have a VU voltage or dB input voltage adjustment. You can have a console clipping his main out, but if it has a lower dB output voltage, it will not be as loud as a console that modulates, that has the same level of dB output, but a higher output voltage. Rob can probably give me a number here. What is the number, or what's the output voltage of the wing? Is there a new standard now that I'm not aware of? Plus 4 dB, 1.28 volt. Okay. When you compare your console to something like, and I don't know if you guys can do a quick Google research. What's the dB volt, or what's the voltage out of something like a CL5 or CL console from Yamaha? And what's the output voltage of like a Pro 2 or Pro Series from Midas? I think you will get different answer there. So this is why I would say it's probably not the console itself that is weak. It's what you compare it against. If you have a console that has 1.75, I'm going to go something crazy like that. If you have a console that has a 1.75 dB VU output versus a 128, yes, of course, at 0 dB, it will be less loud on the wing. But is it really? Do you need that much volume? Seriously, do you need to send that much energy into your amplifier? Question mark. This is why I'm asking. Is it really weak? I don't think so. Is it less hot than something else? Maybe. Probably. Especially over a DL251. If you were using the output of the DL251, they probably have a lower dB volt, I keep saying dB volt. They probably have a lower output voltage, but it should not be the end of the world, and that console should not sound weak. Also, you have to keep one thing in mind. Some people see Behringer, and actually, before even turning it on or hearing it, they hear problem, or they see problem with the console. So, I don't know, man. Some people like to look for trouble because it's not the brand that they decided to buy on when they bought onto something. Think about that. Okay. Before I ask Jason question, Rolf, can you please copy paste your comment that you had before? I want to read it. It's just way too far in the chat, and I don't have my mouse with me right now. So please copy paste that again, and I will get back to you. Jason, I noticed our church. Let me start that again. I noticed at our church the DL252 snake box seemed to have all my preamp auto since switching to the wing from X32. Jason, here, what you're experimenting is a optical illusion that made you believe that you were running your gain hotter than you think, or less hot than you think they were. Let me explain. Right now on the console, I have my SM7B, a mic that require a lot of gain. My preamp head amp gain in the back is set to plus 45. Next to that, I have my trim that we're going to increase a little bit just for fun. There you go. I'm going to set it to plus 10. Hold on. I don't want to scream at you guys. I'm going to set it to plus 10. I'm going to come here in my compressor and I'm going to turn it down a couple dB. Here we go. Okay. So, what did I just do? If I were on an X32 using digital Stagebox DL32, this action that I did right there would be the same as turning my gain up to 55. I don't want to say that the console is lying to you. All I'm going to say is the X32 has the trim built into the gain knob. Once you reach 45 dB on the X32, you can still crank that gain up, but you're only adding digital volume. The physical preamp on the X32, on the M32, on the Wing, I believe probably on the X-Air, don't quote me on that, have 45 dB of physical amplification. After that is just a trim. But because it's built in on the same knob, it seems like you're not running your knob at the same scale as you are with the Wing. Is the Wing closer to the truth? I believe so, because it's telling you how much physical gain that you have and how much trim that you have, where on the X32 it doesn't. There you go. I should do some edit of these. I should do a couple edit of that live stream where I answer a question like that. It could benefit a lot of people if I just yeah, let's see. Maybe I'm gonna edit that out and post it as a secondary video. Okay. Dawn of Dream. So Midas DP48 and UB4 Stage Connect DN 4816i. Okay. I recently learned that you can run the UB4 in standalone clock mode by holding down the port 1 to 8 button and inserting a loop back RJ45. Okay. This allows you to use the DN to do 16 analog in. Nice. So you can, okay, hold on. I don't have stuff in front of me right now. The Stage Connect hub, the Hub 4 as a Stage Connect port in, right? I believe it does. Correct. Okay, good. So, yes, if it has a clock, you can probably... Okay, hold on. I want to get what you mean here, because this is a really interesting topic for a video. Okay, so basically what you're doing is are you telling the Hub 4 to take the clock from, or to generate clock by holding down port 1 to 8 button, and because you're looping back AS50 but do not sending anything, because the AS50 port in the back is generating a clock, it will... Okay, you're basically creating a self clock, and because you're adding physical input with the DP48, nice workaround. That's a really nice workaround. Basically, Rob, the purpose of this is to use the UB4 and probably one or two Stage Connect box. Well, two, so you get 16 in, like a probably way cheaper Aviom kit. Now the question is, can you do the same thing with in a studio setup with a Pro Tools setup? Yeah, I did the same thing for a while when I was doing, during the pandemic, I was doing studio work with a band that had not a Aviom kit, but a P16 kit, and we were going out of Pro Tool to do this. But now you can do it with DP48. What's the advantage? Okay, I'm not that familiar with the DP48. You're basically you're creating the clock. You're creating the clock so the device can work, and because the device has a clock, it will allow other input like a Stage Connect device to be used. Standalone, of course, but if you're having like if you're having a lot of line out stuff, you can probably get away with this, using this as a studio monitor stuff. But why would you go that route? And this is an open question to everybody. Why would you go that route with the DP48 other than go with the P16? The DN has an alternate as well, so it can be used with MR and XR18. Yes, I remember seeing that, and it was opening up because you only own DP48. That's not a good answer. Seriously. But is there any advantage? Is there more to the DP48 than the P16 at that point, the P16M? Or would they just work? The DP48 sound better and has its own effects. Okay. Debatable. And I would like to know the price difference on a system, let's say a 4-unit or a 5-unit of that, with the sound, with the Stage Connect, with the Hub 4, with everything. It's probably cheaper, but it's working. It's good to know it's a hack that it's working. The DP48 is definitely more expensive. Okay. Yeah, I call it a really good bad idea. It's a really good idea on paper, but when you shove out money of your pocket to do it, you end up with a bad idea. But okay, knowing it's working, you're full of them. Damn right. Knowing it's working, it's good. Karstein, it's the Stage Connect stuff is connecting on his own port. It's just that the UB4 need a source of clock to get stuff working. Where's the Heritage, the HD 96 Air? It keeps floating around, and you can't see it. Absolutely no news about that. Anybody got any input on that? It's been a while. The HD 96 Air. It's been years since we heard about them. No. Stop bugging Midas with that. They are way busy working on other stuff, like stuff that I spoke about last week. No, the rack mount HD96, forget about that. That I do not believe. Maybe the Air version, the cash register, maybe. Okay, interesting here. If the Hub 4 isn't connected to an AES-50 master clock, it will become the clock master. Okay. Interesting. Why would you then have to do the loop trick? Asking. I didn't try this myself. I just like the idea. Let me answer Ralph's question then. The N4616 has a possibility to stage connect out and USB and old connection to the... Okay, good. Ralph, you had a question before. Send that over again, please. Copy paste that in the chat so I can answer it, because it's far too high in the chat right now for me to scroll it back up to this. And I don't have a mouse right now, so did my stuff too quickly, as many of us probably already did once. It's a family-friendly show here. Should not be needed to loop. Okay, interesting. Okay, if it's not needed to loop, then... Okay, other question. Could you use the Hub 4 with a DL16? Set the gain on the DL16 and use the Hub 4, or not even use the Hub 4. Hold on, let me ask you, let me rephrase that. For a monitor setup, could you use a DL16, set your gain on the DL with the gain setting, and send that straight into DP48? Or can you use a DL32 and set the gain from the DP48? Is there a way to do this? Can the first DP48 be set up as a gain master? Not currently. Well, I think with the DL16 it will work, because the DL16 can provide clock, and it can provide everything. So hold on a second. Is the cheapest monitor rig available for a band right now, wired one, or could be wireless, a DL16 or up to 3 DL16 with a split snake and the DP48? Okay, but can the DP48 set the gain? That's the real question. Because if you can use a DL32 with that, I think the cheapest setup for would be Okay, I'm going totally elsewhere, and that's a personal for me. Been in touch with Midas about this. Okay, is there an option for that and it's just not enabled yet, or I just don't know. I'm not familiar with the DP48. Only manual control of the stage box. Okay, let me ask you this. Is there a way? I believe Ethernet control is a thing on all the Midas stage box. Is there a way to set the gain on a DL251 with a computer of some sort? Not talking about EQing, I'm talking about just the gain. Is there a way to do it? This is a question for the guys in the know here. I own a DL251, but seriously, I bought it, put it in the rack, and never touch it again. Ever. It's been in the rack, same screw, or I think I swapped the rig once, but never did the firmware update, which I probably should. Never played around with the Ethernet option. Hi, welcome to the channel. Hanger 77. I'm more a fan of a Hanger 18, but different story for those of you who get it. Let me know. Because if the 251 could be, and we're just speculating here, if the 251 could be used okay. I didn't know about the MIDI. You can control the DL250, the DL32 over MIDI. So you could build yourself something like the Behringer 32 knobs interface. Put that on top of your DL32. Send that out to DP48. Would that be the cheapest? Because you're doing all the processing in the DP48, right? Could that be the most personalized and most cheapest rig that you can buy for in-ear, where everybody can have their own effect, their own custom stuff? I'd like to know. I would like to know if it can be done with the DL251, because if the 251 would allow you to do this, you can get into pretty good sounding territories of preamp, and basically everybody has his own M32 to mix. Okay, in theory, yes, it can be done, but I don't know if it's practically done or not. Basically, that's what you said, Rob. Okay. Need to test this in practice. Okay. Need to be tested. But I like the idea, because seriously, if you were to run a DL251 or DL32, whatever, a split snake, yeah, but okay, I like the idea of the X32 core or rack, or I would prefer the core for that setup. But the thing is, with the DP48, everybody has their own EQ and effect amount, and probably other customized stuff, right? You guys can confirm me that information, right? On the DP48, you can customize all your stuff, yes. So you're basically getting a copy of that signal, and you are doing whatever you want with it. So it's like having multiple console. And all you need to run between, do you need a hub for phantom power on the DP48? Because if you were to do this, it will bring the cost up a little bit. But if you, let's say that you're running power supply on the DP48, all you need to run is a single line of Cat5e or Ethernet or RJ45, call it however you want, to all your device. Seems awesome to me. Yeah, you need to have musicians that know what they're doing. But lucky enough, for most of us, or most of the people that slowly growing in the industry, I'm getting an old guy right now. I just turned 36, by the way. Eventually, I'm going to kick 40, and that's going to be rough. Well, actually, I'm 1 year closer to being 40. Oh, man, that hurt. The older I get, the more I work with musician in the know. Some band that I'm working with, I have musicians that are part-time sound engineer, a professional musician that can also do studio gigs and other stuff like that. So, 40 this year, eh? Don't give up, man. The plan is to be really young in your mind for the longest that you can. I'm still 16, by the way. I was watching, okay, I'm gonna derail totally here. I was watching a TikTok this morning, yesterday, I don't know how to call it. When I wake up, basically between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. last night, and I saw a TikTok from a guy that says, "Don't call me sir, call me dude. Don't ask me to, maybe don't ask me to hang out with you guys anymore, but if you are in your 20s, Don't call me sir. It's an insult. It hurts right there. Yeah. Same for me. People call me sir and I'm not used to it. I'm still... Call me dude. Call me bro. Sir? I don't have any gray hair. Actually, I don't have any hair, so... Done with that. Hey, Toby. Sorry too late. Any news from the firmware update? Nope. Not ready yet. The Wing editor? Nope. Not ready yet. There's some stuff in the work. Especially things are moving with the editor. There was a new... Okay, I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's gonna cost me my access to all that stuff, but... firmware and editor will be released simultaneously. Okay, thanks for the reminder, Rob. The editor got an update. I think it's this morning or yesterday. And there's some more stuff added to it. It's just not fully cooked yet. So I'm pretty sure it's not been released because it's not ready. Yeah, never-ending story. Well, that's the thing. When Behringer release something that is not ready yet, people complain about it. When they take too long to release something that is ready, people complain about it. So that's a never-ending story to me. Seriously, more stuff were added to it. All the functionality there's more and more functionality added to it. It's not like the Copilot app where some people feel limited. It's going to be like full on. You could do a show with it once it will be ready. So wait for it. New firmware is going to come soon with the edit version. It's a matter of week, not months. It's a matter of weeks before it's get released. So stick around, guys. Trust me, I was expecting even myself a little sooner this year. I think actually we were supposed to get it for Christmas, but it's not. It's been worked on. It's not ready. Wait. You guys don't want poorly built stuff to be released. Wait for it. It's gonna know. Rob, you want to answer this one, or you let me? Actually, I will let Rob answer this one. How do Rob know? Rob is in the know. That's all I'm gonna say. I see here, Toby says, best from Germany. How's the weather in Germany right now? Here in Canada, we had way too much snow recently. We had like a full meter of snow falling over the last 10 days. And now it's freaking cold. We're reaching minus 20 Celsius this week a couple times. So, I'm going to be inside doing video. And actually, I will have to go out to shove all that snow out. Damn. Okay. A lot of people in Europe from in the stream. Yes. Yes, most of you guys are from Europe because... Raining and a bit of snow. Okay, so it's not that cold there. New York. Where you guys are from? I want to know. But most of the people in North America right now are working. So this is why a lot of people are from Europe. Because for you guys, it's evening. Here it's 2:26. 2 p.m. for my American friends. 8:30, basically 8:30 in Europe right now. Most of Europe is 8:30, right? Hey, Pancho. Snow, ice storm in Missouri. Oh. 5 Celsius in Germany. Nova Scotia. Oh, Nova Scotia. Hey, buddy. Glad to have a Canadian friend here. I forget exactly what did you have to do with the internal card to make it functioning for your wing. My internal card was always functioning. The only thing that I did not check back is having a wireless router with it working at the same time. It was buggy, but speaking with Patrick a lot recently, he's sending out a lot of email my way. I want to change a couple stuff around the studio. I want to have my camera with LED. I want to build myself some LED box, or maybe I'm going to build one with 2 lights that will tell me which camera is on stream, and I need to work around with OSC to do this. So I believe, could be wrong, but I believe OSC is going to be sent from the console over the network port. If it's not over the network port, then I'm wrong and I will have to run USB. But I want to get my network sorted out because I want to run a single cable to the console. I won't have to run. Right now I'm having a USB that is run over my computer with an extender over 50 foot. And it's basically bugging me that I have to have that on the floor where I have already network in. Oh, what's going on here? Did my camera just die? My camera just died. Hold on. Okay, give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna try to change the battery in the camera. Maybe it was too low and didn't hold up with the charger on, or I'm gonna get another charger. But stick around. I'll be fixing this really quick. Turn back on. I think we got it. That gave me the occasion to grab something that I found in a garbage bin. I don't mind dumpster driving at all. Especially when you find out stuff like this. I cannot tell you guys where I found this, but it was this is a switch, by the way. This is a network switch. It's an 8-port Cisco switch that I found without a transformer. It needed a power supply, or it was used with PoE. So if you guys don't know what PoE is, it's power over Ethernet. If you have another switch that can supply PoE, you can take a switch like this, send it really far away, power it from the RJ45, and using it basically without a transformer. So I don't know how it was used. Words are hard today. But I know what I can do with it. What I can do is do a double VLAN on it. So having 4-port with one VLAN, 4-port with another VLAN, and using it with the wing. I eventually want to use it for Dente redundancy and also protecting the connector on my console. If I were to use this with other device, I'm probably going to put a patch panel on the side of the case and having the console connect to 1-port or 2-port, have one cable going to the connector out and having 2 extra connector to do whatever I want with it. It's going to be on the same network, so Basically, I want to protect my console. I want to protect my RJ45 connector, because doing shows, people trip on cable by accident or on purpose, mostly by accident, I'm going to believe. And they can break stuff, and I want to protect my console. So I'm going to use that. I'm probably going to use RJ45 Neutrik connector on the side of the case that will allow me to protect my stuff. Or I'm going to build a panel in the back with RJ45 connector on it so it can be protected. And if anybody ever pull on it, it will break the switch, not my console. So, yeah. Eventually, I'm going to work on my network stuff, but my Dente card is working really well, basically. We use it for the Miniskin live stream on Friday. Sounds great. Dente split, okay. Leonardo, do we have some news on the Wing offline editor front? Not much. All I'm going to say is, I'm going to repeat what I said, is developer released an internal update on the beta version yesterday, adding a lot of new feature, but it's not ready yet. Still missing a couple feature, but it's on the work. It's in the work. Trust me, it's in the work. It's been actively developed. And wait for it, guys. So what did I miss in the chat? On my internal, it was functioning to go. Okay. Toby has one working. Came with firmware 1. On just updated. Okay. Neve, thank you for being around. Really appreciate all my members. Guys, if you are not a member of the channel and you want to support me in what I do and what we're doing together to help the conversation, try to become a member of the channel. It's going to help. It's helping me achieve more pennies, because I was answering that question at the beginning of the stream. Is it worth to look my mid-roll ad or my beginning of the stream ad? You can just skip it. It doesn't do much. It's not the almost $1 a live stream that I make that is going to change much. But what can change much is you becoming a member or a super member of the channel. Also, while we're here, give this video a thumbs up, please. And if you are in the chat and you want to talk with us, subscribe to the channel so you can know when when I release a video about the Wing or other stuff, because I will have another video about my desk setup that's going to be released really soon. I'm keep editing that video. I took a lot of time the other day filming a video for my personal monitoring setup. I hope you guys gonna like it, because I'm looking at it right now at the other side of the screen, or on the other side of the camera, and I really like my new setup. I had a brilliant idea, I think, that maybe some of you will want to copy. If you want to know when I'm live, ring the bell. Make sure that you guys get notification when we're live, so you don't miss every Monday or live stream. I try as much as I can to stream every Monday at 1:30 p.m. East time. I think it's 8 in Europe, roughly every Monday. Make sure to look at what time is in New York. I'm basically in the same time zone as New York. So if you want to know when 1:30 p.m. is for you, make sure to Google when is 1:30 p.m. in New York versus the time zone that you are in, and it will tell you when we are live. Moving on, does Dente has more latency than AES50? I believe, Pancho, Dente has less. Anybody else can confirm. It's 7:30 in Europe, 7:30 p.m. Thank you very much, Andy, for that. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about AES50. So it's a fixed latency of 3 samples per node. So if you have multiple stage box, you're going to add multiple samples, right? Can you confirm me that, Rob? If you have, let's say, 3 DL16 together, you're going to get 3 millisecond, 3 millisecond, and 3 millisecond coming your way at the console. And after that, if you take the signal from the console, not millisecond, sample, you're going to get 9 sample. And if you take that out to a stream, as an example, you're going to get another 3 sample of latency. So it's going to add up to 12 sample of latency, which is not much. Seriously. Okay. Okay, so the Dante latency is lower than 5 millisecond at 48 sample. Okay. Yeah, it's per node, so it's a minimum of 6 sample. Okay, so if you have 3 DL16, you end up at 12, so 15 if you, let's say, drop that to 8 broadcasts. So, okay, interesting. I don't know if you guys are freak about latency delay on video, but it could be an interesting thing to know if you guys need to delay your stream or not. What else? Actually, what else in the chat today? Because otherwise, I will have to leave you guys to this. I have a lot of snow to shovel, and I have some people coming over at 4 p.m. to set up a monitor rig for a tour that's coming, where they cannot afford to have a sound engineer. The band will travel as a 4-piece. It's the guys from Five Roses. They're gonna come over, and I'm gonna set them up for a standalone monitor rig. They will do their monitor by themselves. It will be just the 2 singers, drummer and guitar. Bass player will be on tape for this one. Will be backtrack with the other backtrack of the band, and yeah, well, I will set them up so they will be ready to tour in February. Because as far as I know, I'm not going on that tour. They do not have the leverage to do it, and they do not have the space, the traveling space. Because being a band and touring with musician, you have a lot of expenses that are related to have people on you with the road. It's not just a salary or an extra salary that you have to send out. Is you have to provide food for that person. You have to provide a hotel room, a bed at least for that person every time. So the cost of having somebody, an extra crew member on your crew, is adding up quickly. The salary plus all the expenses, and sometimes you need a bigger vehicle to travel because you need to have one more seatbelt. You need to have bedroom. So yeah, they try to save on costs. They go out as 4 people on the road, and they are on their own. But I'm gonna make sure that they leave ready, set up, and I'm gonna wish them the best of luck with that. So, okay. I pulled the trigger, and you guys keep going. Okay. I'm thinking about the most versatile and reliable setup way to connect my wing with a DL251 shared with M32 for monitor. Stage connect has quicker latency. Okay, less than 2 millisecond. Okay, DL251 M32 wing. I believe, and I will need to test it. I believe that you can take port A and C. Hi, Patrick. You're late today. Hi, Patrick. Welcome to the channel. I believe if you take your DL251 with your wing in port A, that will control the head amp. If you take your M32 console and plug it into port C of the DL251, you will get an exact copy of those 48 channel, because you will be running your DL251 at 48K. I believe it's the way to go. Otherwise, what you would need to do is to take your A port from the 251, plug it into the A port of the M32. Inside the M32, you will need to reroute those channels from the routing menu at the front for your wing, and it will be gain control by your M32. For the first 32 preamp, you can control them on your Surface. After that, if you want to control the head amp, you will have to go in the setup last page preamp menu, and you can control your preamp from there, but you need to call your monitor guys every time you need to do a gain change. So depending on how you want to set it up, it's going to work. I had a question here, I believe, from Eric for... Please post your question again. Charlie, welcome. Eric from using the X30, not the X32. Yeah, we're not on X32. We're on Wing here. The Wing with a DAW of some sort. Was it the Wing or an M32? Oh, it's the Wing. Okay, 48 by 48. To do this, it's really simple. You need to come in your console, routing menu, and you need to select on the output group your USB audio out. This is where you would set what you're sending out to your USB port when you have some stuff connected to your let me say that again. Sorry, I'm not clear here. When you have a computer connected to the console, in this page right here, this is where you will send your source to that computer. Right now, I'm sending out main 1 and 2 to my port 1 and 2, because this is what you guys hear on the stream right now. If I wanted to send my local in, I will come here and set my local HIN to be sent out to. Actually, I can do it from 3 and on. I can set my local HIN to be, once I unlock the patch, send into USB 6. I can do the +1, 2, 7, and 8. That's gonna work. And basically, you can send out 48 source there. It could be anything from that menu here. Could be your local, could be your aux in, could be ASEBU oscillator, the 3 AES50 port, USB loop. You can do a USB loop, WLive playback, the Dante card or internal card. Right now I have a Dante here, but it could be anything else. USB player, the bus, the main, the monitor, the effects in, and the user signal. User signal can be really helpful if you want to take a channel, process it on the console itself, and send that out to recording. That will work. Also, something that you need to check out is in your setup menu, audio, you need to make sure that you're sending out 48 channel, because you have other option. If you really want to, you can just send a 2x2. It could be 8. I'm not going to change it because I don't want my stream to go down. But you can basically just select whatever that you want to send, the amount of channel that you want to send. It's not going to do much if you're changing it. Just maybe leave it at 48. The only thing that needs to be noticed, seem to have a lot of people on Facebook nowadays to comment that are running really old version of Mac OS. Like we're talking about iSierra. iSierra and downwards do not support more than 16 by 16 audio interface by default. I don't know if you can enable that or you're stuck at 16, but it's not working on those really old version of Mac OS. And I think iSierra is like 5 to 10 years old right now. It's really old. iSierra is like right after Lion, right? We're talking about like 10 years old. Please update to Ventura. If your computer cannot be updated to Ventura or other higher iOS software, make sure to check for the Ventura patcher. It will allow you to use Ventura on other computer. Okay. Sorry, I miss you guys. In the chat, hi Patrick, you remove your comment there, all good. Dance of Dream, thank you very much for the $10. Really appreciate that. Seriously, it's a lot of money versus what I would usually do. Thank you very much. And if you are using a PC, make sure to have the latest driver installed. On Windows, it should work right away. What driver do you need to install on PC? It's from it's the USB driver from the Behringer website. Go on the Behringer website, the wing part. If you go on the right, I believe in the software section, you will get the driver for all the driver basically for the console. Look for the USB one. On Mac, you don't need any driver. It's just plug and play. Sorry, it's Mac. They have to be good for some reason, right? What are you talking about, guys? The HG96? Will we see a wing rack version beside the one that you made? I don't know. As far as I know, your homemade wing rack is the only one in existence, or the only one working in existence. The wing compact, I'm gonna hope so. Maybe under... Oh, Rob, come on. No, you don't need to try your wing on your Mac G4. Nobody's using a Mac G4 anymore. Welcome to 2023. The year where the Power Mac are dead. Seriously. Yesterday I was looking for a screen for a future employee of mine. I'm like a lot of you guys. I'm running a company here, and usually the first person that you hire when you run a company is your retired mother. So my mother is gonna come work for me a couple hours a week, and I found her an iMac, and I wanted her to have a second screen. So somebody was selling a old Power Mac G5 with a Apple Cinema display for $100. I said, well, for $100, I'm gonna try it. But I was about to ditch the Mac G5. There was no way you can do anything with that nowadays. Seriously, what can you do with a Power Mac G5 or G4 even? It cannot run anything new. Can you even surf the internet with that thing? I don't think it can handle any kind of video playing, or maybe... No. No. I don't think you can go on YouTube with an old Mac G4. They stopped in 2004. Really? So it's almost 10 years old. Finally just got a new computer. I built my last one in 2009. A PC with an i7. Now on MacBook Pro M1. Oof. M1 Max. Man. Okay, M1 Max is awesome. A lot of people complain about it, but the amount of power that you get for the amount of power that you draw from the wall or from the battery is just out of this world. I eventually gonna upgrade to a Mac. I'm running a Hackintosh right now. For those of you who knows what a Hackintosh is, it's fine. For those of you who don't, a Hackintosh is basically a PC that you select the part correctly for, and you can install Mac OS on it. Nowadays, there's more and more way to just go around the Mac OS software lock. But basically, with a software called OpenCore, you can install Mac OS on almost every computer. And it's the best of both worlds in the sense of when you got it working, once it's working, it's awesome. You have a really cheap computer that you bought for a decent amount of money that run the, to me, best operating system out there. Hackintosh. Yes. Yeah, eventually, once my Hackintosh is gonna die, because they will all eventually die in the sense of Mac will soon stop the support for the Intel CPU. Linus is the best OS. Are we talking about Linus Tech Tip, lttstore.com, or are we talking about Linux here? I don't know why you're saying that Linux is a good operating system. A lot of people seems to have a lot of trouble with it. Just so you guys know, the console is running on a Linux distro. Seriously. The amount of stuff that you can do with the new Mac is crazy. Eventually, I'm going to jump back in and buying a Mac. I'm just waiting for the Mac Pro. Because soon there will be some kind of Mac Pro available. And I need PCI extension or PCI Express port in my computer. Because I need to have, capture card. Like the one that I'm using for my camera and stuff like that. So, man, I cannot. As much as I would like to go with the Studio, the Mac Studio, I want to wait for the Mac Pro. Oh, that whole modem sound. Yes. AOL dial-up. Oof. Remember Napster, kids? I do remember. Actually, I remember the world without internet, and I remember downloading or spending hours watching my download bar going on Napster. I was one of those. How is the rental of equipment in your region? And how do you price that you're overpriced? Okay. Interesting topic here. I'm going to come back on Macintosh and whatever you guys are saying about that after this. Rental in Canada is good. Everything here in the populated area of Quebec, I will call it out this way, the Montreal area or the other town around here, everything rent for roughly 10% of the brand new value. Except a couple things. Like an X32, they rent for $150. No matter what you pay for them, they rent for $150. Stuff like the Wing, it also rent for around $150 per show. Stuff like the DL251, I rent mine per show $150 too. So I go with the top of my head right now, but it's roughly $300 for a Wing and a DL251 for a single gig. And you take care of the transportation, you take care of everything. All you get for $300 is you come in the morning, you take my stuff away, you bring it back the next morning. You have to take care of anything. Of course, if you rent a setup together, I'll give you for free a snake, Cat 5 snake. But it's basically it. Most of the stuff like LED walls and lighting, they go for like a tenth of the brand new price. You can get a deal if you get more than that, if you get more and more stuff, plus transportation, plus, tech time and everything. But there's a lot of money to be made with rental here. From the top of my head, the IN of Shure, not the Axion stuff, the UR4 series still rent for around $75 a day here per wireless unit. So yeah, renting is really good here. I own a lot of gear that I rent from time to time. I'm working with companies. I've been a freelancer for years, and I have my deals with every other company that I'm working with or used to work with, because now I'm a full-time freelancer doing mostly band and being in-house in a venue. I don't do a lot of AV shop rental work anymore. Not that I work at the shop, but I used to go out with kits. When sometimes a client rent a PA, you need a PA tech, you need a sound operator. I used to go out with that, but now I just don't do that anymore. I'm just out with band, doing the YouTube thing on the side when I don't have any gigs with my band, and taking care of my other venue, the one that I'm technical director at. Let me see what's going on here. Macintosh all the way. Yes, good. Does AVB work on Macintosh? What is AVB? Linux is a great OS. Yeah, we'll read that. I don't know what AVB is. I have no idea. Just get a Thunderbolt chassis. Yeah, but those things are expensive. It's not everything that also fit in there. I remember when Lars tried to stop Napster, everyone hated him. Manny was right. As much as Lars is Lars, I'm gonna put it out this way. It was so right. That thing, well, I don't want to say Napster, but progress, things evolving, network getting better, communications getting better. Damn, I lost my damn camera again. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. Wait. I tried swapping around the battery with an old one that is dead, but not as dead as the one that wasn't there. Let's see what's going on with that. But we'll probably close the topic of the day on that. And the show on this today, we've been going for an hour and a half. And before I just have my camera die on me again, we'll close it up. So the involvement of technology ended up to a point where we can share a lot of information quickly. And as much as I like to have a free internet, unregulated internet, there's some drawback, and the drawback being there's no money to be made in the music industry anymore other than touring. Fine for me, I'm not a studio engineer, but I understand how it's affecting a lot of people and a lot of businesses. So, draw your own conclusion on that. I just don't know what to think about it. But yes, when I was 12 and I had no money, I needed those songs to help me go through life, and that would not have been possible without Napster, and I'm really glad that I'm still here with you guys. On that really sad note, we're not going to finish the stream that way. I'm going to go with other stuff. Audio Video Bridge does work on Mac. I don't know what that is, never used that software before. You know, Donna, just want to go shovel some snow. You probably had a rough time in New York too, right? You're probably not that far from me. I'm 6 hours away from New York City, so. FB required special network card to work. Mac have those built in. Oh, we'll see. You didn't get anything there. Oh, you lucky son of a gun. No, we had like 3 foot of snow in the last week. I had to shove that out of my driveway, and I need to do it again. And my snowblower give me a hard time. So, feels so Canadian, hey? Okay, on that snowblower note, I will tell you guys, thank you very much for watching. We're gonna close that. Okay, you're close to Chris. Okay, I need to visit you guys at some point. We're not that far. DAW Studio One supported to audio interface. Yes, they are. I think. Hold on. Let me check with the Surface. I don't know. Is Studio One the one that is not in the DAW list? No, Studio One is even in the DAW list. So it's the control surface of the console will work fine with Studio One. They already have a preset built in for that. I hope that answers your question, Eric. External adapter to Mac should work if it does not run over standard Ethernet through without the special switch. Okay. I will come down in the summer. There's no way I'm going to New York right now. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, on that note, guys, we reached the 1 hour and a half mark, which is enough for a show. Enough for a Monday. I need to shove some snow. I need to get myself another coffee. we cannot run enough coffee. And okay, I want to ask you something before you go. For the true hardcore dying fan, I want your opinion. If I were to sell coffee mug with funny stuff on it, I don't want to say anything wing related because it will be copyright infringement and stuff like that, and I don't want to get there. If I were to sell mug with funny sound engineer stuff on it, would you buy it, and how much would you pay for it? Leave your comment in the comment section down below. And until the next one, guys, I'm gonna see if my nub is working, and if Patrick is watching in the back, in the playback, you would laugh at me right now. Sure, $20 is fine. Okay, $20 free shipping or plus shipping? Let me know, because I need to work out if I can make a penny or not. Like, I don't want to make money. I just want to get some stuff going out just for funsies. So, okay, sending it through might not work. Expect the knob. Hey, Patrick. Okay, we'll see, because I think I fixed it before the live stream. Plus shipping probably fine. Okay, I'll think about it. Guys, you have no idea how much I like to have you guys here every Monday with me. Together, as a community. Together, we're having a good time every Monday. For an hour and a half. Guys, thank you very much. Please, until the next one, which should be next Monday, take care of yourself. And I see you guys later.